My name is Jalen, as you can see up there, but a lot of people just call me Jay, and that's great. And I will be talking about the Malec Season 3 promo that was released the other day. The entire Shadowhunters fandom has been shook to the ground with this promo, so I figured I might as well just hop on the train like everybody else and talk about it as well. So I have it pulled up on my phone, and I also have my headphones, so I won't be leaked with copyright. So we're just going to start from the beginning and see what happens. So the first thing is Magnus and Alec walking into this ballroom sort of scene, and Magnus says, "Well, here we are." And a lot of people have been saying that it's a warlock ballroom scene, and I agree with that. But also, I think it would be really interesting to see if that was also Lorenzo Ray's house, who is going to be the main antagonist of Magnus, or it could also be a Shadow Hunters sort of ball. And I think that would be interesting as well to see Magnus interact with other Shadow Hunters besides people within the New York Institute. And the second scene that we see is Alec in the shower pulling on his shirt, and I genuinely believe that everyone died and screamed because he looks good, let's be honest. And there's also Magnus sitting in his chair with his finger like this, so a lot of people say that it's Magnus rolling his shirt up, because if you look in the back of his shirt, it kind of like rolls up as he's trying to pull it down. So I think that'd be very funny and really cute to see. And since Todd also said that a lot of this season is going to be very domesticated Malec, which I absolutely love, because who cannot get enough of domesticated Malec? And I also agree with what Abnormally Adams said, how he was sitting in the chair, like contemplating what he was going to say to Alec about, when I say he, I mean Magnus, what Magnus is going to say to Alec about losing his position as High Warlock, since he hasn't really gotten a chance to talk about that yet. And also, little side note, the music throughout, and like the little like flashes of like words throughout the entire video, I think that was very cute as well. And I also think that it added to the aesthetic of love and Malik love. So I thought that was very cute. So kudos to Todd and the other people within the Shadowhunters universe that created this promo. And then we have the other scene that I absolutely fell in love with, is both of them standing on this balcony holding hands. They have to be the extra couple. They can't just hold one hand, it has to be both hands. So I thought that was super, 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 super cute, because that shows like their unity. And I think throughout this entire season, we're going to see Malik unity. It's going to be them working together, training together, loving each other. So I think their unity throughout this entire season is going to be amazing. And then and Magnus says that you're not going to go by yourself. We're doing this together. So it also magnifies what I was saying about them working together as a unit. So it'll be really cool to see the romantic power couple unity of not just the relationship, but their relationship with other shadow hunters and the downworld, and what's going on with Lilith and Lorenzo, and possibly meeting Magnus's father, and how that's going to play a role in the relationship. So I'm very excited for that. Moving on to the scene where Magnus has like these lightning bolts in his hands, I think that is effing amazing, because we get to see more of him using his powers. And I generally believe that if we are at a party, whether it be with the warlocks, or at Lorenzo's house, or the shadow hunters themed party, or whatever, um shit's gonna start. And Magnus is not backing down, so it's really cool to be able to see him use his magic, because we didn't really get a chance to see Magnus use his magic at all in the past two seasons. And I'm really excited for them to have a fight scene. Like, the power couple finally gets a fight scene together. We see Clary and Jace and Simon and Isabel have their fight scene. We finally get a Malec fight scene that's probably longer than the 10 seconds we had at the season finale of season 2. So it'll be really fun. And also, going back to like where they could possibly be, I think that if they are at Lorenzo's place, since apparently he's gonna become the new High Warlock, I don't think that Magnus. Well, I do think that Magnus is going to be fighting Lorenzo because he's angry about the fact that he lost his position. He's angry about how he lost his position, so he's ready to like fight. But I also think that like I also kind of hope that like Alg is gonna be the voice of reason for a couple saying like, "Calm down, babe. Like he's not worth it. Let's just get in. Do what we have to do. Get out." And I think that Magnus is just gonna care. He's just gonna go and is like, "No, Maxine Waters reclaiming my throne, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my position," and he's just gonna fight Lorenzo, and that's gonna be an amazing scene because I also love the character actor who's playing Lorenzo Way, Javier Munoz, because he played Alexander Hamilton, and who isn't a Hamilton fan? And you can see my little Hamilton calendar over there. Yes, Hamilton. Went to go see the musical. Absolutely stunning. I cried 3 times, but we are veering off topic. So the next scene that we have is well, not the next scene, but it's going back to like the first scene, saying that we're going to the scene I mentioned before, the whole magic scene. And it's Magnus saying that like we're gonna do this together, you're not going alone. So that also goes back to what I was saying about how being a unified couple and a unified front. The next scene is one of the cutest scenes throughout the entire 25 to 30-second clip is this hug. The one thing I've always wanted with Malec is more hugging, more cuddling, because they're just so cute and like why not? And I also love how they're in the middle of the freaking institute in like one of the main hallways and they're just having this intense hug, and that just shows how comfortable Alec has come with his position as head of the institute and having Magnus as a boyfriend. So I really think that's A1. Yay. And from there we jump to the next scene where um Alec is pulling this sort of lever thing, and then we have Magnus trying to like push something away or keep something away from Alec. I saw that in the early months, a couple months before, when we had like that little snippet. So I thought that was really interesting to get like a bigger image of it. Now, my speculation is that it has to do something with like the power that power something that involves the power or the energy supply that keeps the institute up and running, and someone's trying to shut down the New York Institute, and Alec has to go up there and fix it, and someone's trying to stop him from fixing it, and Magnus has to step in and like keep him away. So I think that can be a possibility. I also think that it could be another downworlder or creature that's trying to stop something from happening. And a lot of people have been speculating that Alec is trying to draw a rune on himself, or he's trying to like be on his phone. And I don't really see how it can be like a Stelly or his phone, because like it looks like both of his hands are trying to pull the lever down. So I don't really see how it can be him on the phone. Like, and my apologies. It's not. I just looked at it on my phone. Not pulling the lever down, but pushing it up. So, it also could be them trying to generate something. What that something is, I have no idea. But I think this is going to be a really cool scene, and it's sort of them fighting together. It's not like them like throwing hands and like very what's the word, hands eye, I guess, hand to hand combat. I do want to see that. And also Matthew Daddario on his Twitter page leaked a video of him in like a training sort of scene, and I hope that we get a Malec training scene. We might get that in 3B. I just want it. I just want it. I don't care when it happens. I just want it to happen. And also, I feel like Magnus in this scene is sort of like exhorting all of his energy into keeping back whatever is trying to come at them, or trying to keep something like a door closed. So I think that's going to be cool to see as well. And then we also have this other scene. The next clip that we see is Alec trying to like grab his arm, saying, "Wait a minute, you're not going anywhere." Like, "Hey, stop." So a lot of people have been speculating that Magnus is going to Edom, and I agree that he's most likely going to go to Edom, to whether it be to fight Lilith or to face his father. I think he's going to be separated from Alec for the majority of the season, because Todd even said in episode 3, Malec is changing forever, so buckle in your seatbelts. I'm terrified that this whole 3A, we're not going to see Malec together after episode 3. That's one of the things, like, people, I might get some flack for, but like, think about it. If he's going to Edom, he's going to be away from Alec, so like we won't see a lot of them interacting together. And I don't think that, like, but that also might not happen, because like apparently, and I saw this on the Shadowhunters podcast with um Abnormally Adam is a part of. I'll leave that link to their channel in the description as well, so you can go check out the video. Apparently Todd said, like, yeah, we're never separate, we're never having an episode without Magnus again, because that episode, I think it was like um 27, not 217, I think it was like 216 or something along those lines, when Alec's father said, like, you of all people should understand what love is. He was not in that episode at all. But I'm also jumping to that episode, going back in time. um Alec was very quick to defend him, saying like Magnus is not an affair, and I thought that was very powerful for him to say, because like, you cheated on my mom and you're trying to compare my relationship to your relationship, so that doesn't make sense. So leave Magnus's name out of your mouth. I would love to see more protective, I'm gonna defend my boyfriend from Alec. I think that would be very, very cool to see. I think that would be very interesting. And it would also just prove like how much he loves him. So I do want to see that more. I think we might get that, but I'm not really sure. And what was I going to say? Because I just went on like I digressed for a second. Oh, then yeah, I digress. My apologies. So getting back to the promo, we also have this scene where Magnus is being thrown against the wall, like he's being like pushed against the wall. I I don't know for a fact, but I am 99% sure that that is a fight between him and Lorenzo. And because, like, it's in the same sort of, even though the outfit looks different, it's the same building. The columns look exactly the same as from the first clip. So that might just be Lorenzo's house or another warlock's house, and he's getting into a fight with either Lorenzo, most likely Lorenzo, or another warlock. So I'm excited to see that fight happen. And then from that scene, we go to see this very angry, young, scrappy, and hungry sort of Alec with his hair tousled. He looked very attractive. But a lot of people have been very quick to notice that, I'm gonna see if I can pull up the picture, that the rune is on the wrong side of his neck. The rune is on the wrong side of his neck. I can't, the phone does not want to cooperate with me whatsoever. I'm going to try again. Because the rune is on, I'm probably going to say it the wrong way. It's on the right side of his neck. Someone please correct me. But in this clip, it's on the left side of his neck. So a lot of people have been speculating that yeah, I don't think you can really see it, but yeah, it's on this side of his neck when it should be on that side of his neck. So part of me also thinks that like this could be a Lilith trick while Magnus is in Edom, because a lot of stories say that like while you're in hell, I'm referring to an episode in Supernatural when Sam went to hell to go rescue Bobby. Bobby said, like, I kept seeing so many Sams and so many Deans. So I think that this is a mirror image that's being done by Lilith to basically torture Magnus. And I'm not here for Magnus being tortured. He has been through enough. Magnus has been through enough being tortured, so no. But I'm pretty sure that Magnus is going to be mentally tortured, which I am not okay with. But it would be interesting to see how he interacts with this sort of clone Alec. And also, I skipped a scene where where Magnus and Alec are standing in the loft, and Magnus of course has some alcohol in his hand, whether it be, I think it's a martini, I don't know, like a one, I think it's like a martini. Anyway, I think that's like, I think I skipped over it because like there was so much happening within that small little like section, so I just skipped over it. Sorry about that, but I think that was cool to see them sort of like working together at home as well, more I guess work friendliness. I'm not really sure how to describe that, but I think either there's like a light shining, whether that be like a computer or like a hologram image, or like someone is, or a portal is coming into the loft. That the portal thing might be a bit of a stretch, but I think watching that would be cool to see like who's in the room with them, because I know they're talking to someone or they're looking at something on like a screen, like one of those cool like futuristic scenes they have at the institute. So I think I kind of like skipped over that part. And then we have couple other scenes before the whole possible clone Alec clip. We have another hug scene, and I think this is another close up scene of where the long distant hug happened in the hallway, or it just might be another hug. So I more huggy Alec the better. And then we have the kiss. We have the kiss. This beautiful kiss. It's not close enough on my phone to where like it's actually a kiss, but like that's just the promo, and that's just Todd being mean, not giving us the kiss we want. But we have this kiss, and it is so beautiful. And then we have the Bane Hawk that is just lovely. Like he looks fire this whole season. Can we talk about that? Like all his outfits are fire. His eyebrows are on fleek. Like he just looks like he's ready all the time. And it's like, how come I can't be looking this put together 24/7? Because like Magnus takes very good pride in how he presents himself. And I feel like he's going to use similar to how it was in 215, how he used the makeup to put a mask on for how he's really feeling inside. I feel like his clothes and his makeup are going to be like a blockage of how, like almost like a mask of like how he feels dealing with the whole Lorenzo thing, and like and his father in Lilith. So I think that's really cool to see, and I just love the Bane Hawk. I absolutely love it. I think that's like best decision the Shadowhunters directors ever made. The Bane Hawk. When it comes to like outfits, the Bane Hawk. I am here for this Bane Hawk. And then we have the most iconic line. Malec has the best lines. Like they have the best lines in the whole show. Like I can't picture Clary saying like, look what I have to come back to, or like Jace. I can't picture that. That's like, ugh, it's cringy. But like when it comes with like Malec, it's so beautiful and it's so genuine. And I absolutely love it. The line that I'm referring to is when Alec says like you're gonna come back, right? And when I watch this normally Adam react to it again, I'm gonna put his YouTube link in the description. He said like I didn't consent to this. I didn't sign a permission slip. Like don't you need a permission slip to go anywhere? I feel like the aesthetic of the entire fandom, the entire Malec fandom. Like you have Magnus has no permission to go anywhere. Like none of us signed a consent form. Anyway, Alec is asking like, you're gonna come back, right? Because I think this is the scene where he goes to Edom, and Magnus says, "Why would I not? What? Well, look what I have to come back to." That's the cutest line in the whole, and like that's gonna be the best line in the entire show, in the entire season, and we just have to accept it. that Malec has the best lines. I'm sound repetitive, but Magnus has the best lines. Alec has the best lines, and also from the Shadowhunter podcast. Again, something else I'm gonna leave in the description. The I know I'm gonna struggle to say her name, but she's the girl. I'm so sorry if she's watching this. I'm so sorry. I love you. But she was saying that gosh, what was she saying? That I think her and Adam were saying like they have a lot of parallels to an example will be when things get crazy, don't push me away. Um that's a great when things get crazy, don't push me away. That's one parallel that was said back in I believe that yes, Magnus said it to Alec during season 1 where Alec almost jumped off the building, and then Alec said that to Magnus back in 215. So I feel like I really hope that like this is going to be a parallel in the future because that will be so cute. And I know there's another example, but I'm blanking on it because like the line is just buzzing in me. And I absolutely feel like their love is going to be tested to the max throughout this entire season because it's called Malec Sacrifice. And I feel like Malec is they're sacrificing each other, they're sacrificing their love for the sake of the down world and for the institute and for the mundane world. So I feel like the word out the title Malec Sacrifice is absolutely correct because in season 1 it was more Alec trying to figure out who he was and what he wanted in life. Then season 2 was him trying to adjust of not only being head of institute but to being a boyfriend, which he honestly believed he was never going to get. So now we get to season 3. He has Magnus back in his life. He's the head of institute, which he rightfully deserves. And I think it's just going to be him like wanting to enjoy being head of institute. And I feel kind of bad for them because like they have both fought incredibly ridiculously hard to get to the point where they are now, and now Magnus has to leave. And another thing that the Shadowhunters podcast said was that this time when Magnus says goodbye and leaves and walks out the door, he doesn't want to. If we're gonna go back to season 218, Magnus willingly left the room because like he felt like this is what I have to do for the sake of the downworld and for my own sake, and Magnus and Alec lied to me and blah 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 and that whole fiasco. But this time none of them want it to happen. They have accepted it, my apologies. They've accepted the fact that that Magnus has to leave. That doesn't mean they're okay with it. So I think both of them that saying this goodbye is going to be extremely hard for Alec and for Magnus, and it's going to be hard for the entire family because like we're going to cry. Like when they had the breakup, we all fell apart because like that was so beautiful and so cute. Like I think even when like Simon and Clary broke up, we weren't that emotional about it because like we knew it was going to happen. And I'm currently trying to get through reading all the books as well. So no spoilers in the comment section. And I feel oops, trying not to get copyrighted. No copyright. And then we have this other scene where this final scene where Magnus has made it to Edom. He's just looking around, and I feel like he's looking directly up. So either he's looking at the portal that he came through closing, or he's looking at Lilith or his father. It could be one of those three. For the sake of it being an emotional scene, I kind of hope that it's Magnus looking up at the portal that brought him to Edom and it closing as him like that was the thing that took me away from Alec. But part of me also I think it would be cool to have him looking up at his father. So I think that would be cool to see as well. And that's the last clip that we see in the promo. My overall opinion on it is and I apologize for the shakiness of my computer. This is my first video ever. I forgot to say that at the beginning. So Hope it turns out really nicely. Um, it was an extremely good promo. I'm so excited for it to come back. Um, I think everyone was shook to the ground because this is new Malec video content we've had in about 6 months, since like August or September. So that's a long time without Malec. And like, we love Malec. And also, Amanda, the beautiful goddess Amanda, she's directing an episode. I hope that's going to be episode 3. And part of me has a feeling that it's going to be episode 3, because Todd said this is going to be the episode that changes Malec forever. And Amanda knows what the fandom wants. She knows what we want to see. She knows that we want emotional, cuddly Malec. And I will probably also do another video explaining my predictions for Malec and throughout the show. So that's going to be very fun for me to do. So that's the end of my reaction to the season 3 promo. Don't forget to like. I'm going to be the classic YouTuber. Do 3 things before you click off this video: like, comment, and subscribe. And also go like, comment, and subscribe to the videos of the content creators I'm going to leave in the description as well. I also want to do a shout out to Normally Adam. He is so nice and he is so kind, because I tweeted him before I made this video saying, like, do you have any tips? And he said, just be yourself and don't be careful the music is a copyright. And Adam, if you're watching this, I absolutely love you and I absolutely adore you. Your videos always cheer me up after a rough day at school, or just when I'm having a rough day in general. So I absolutely love you. Thanks, guys, for watching, and have a creative day.